Hi everyone. For my liberal future, I'm going to look to the past. About 150 years ago, to the Industrial Revolution. It was a time of great political upheaval, with movements like the Chartists and the Radicals calling for greater access to democracy for the working class. Back then, working days of 10 to 15 hours were common, including on Saturdays. But as machines and steam supplanted manual and repetitive labour, people were working harder than ever. And one of the slogans that emerged a bit earlier than that, but took root in that time, was 8 hours work, 8 hours rest, 8 hours leisure. It was the first time people started talking in serious terms about reform to work-life balance. And that balance, along with the introduction of half-day working on Saturdays, led to longer life, led to better health. It led to the Football Association. It led to involvement in civic society and politics. And since then, there's been another radical change in technology. Introduction of microelectronics and computers have automated repetitive thinking as well as repetitive labour. And there's been no matching radical look at our work-life balance. Improvements have been made, proper rest breaks for shift workers, for example, the EU Working Time Directive that even before Brexit we had an opt-out from. But it's time we had a new movement for workers' rights and the work-life balance. Because these days, we are working longer and harder than we have for decades. We're spending more time commuting. And according to research by the New Economics Foundation and many others, we're not actually achieving any more through this. We value the hours we put in at the office more than the work we actually achieve. We're putting people under unnecessary strain. We're damaging our health, we're damaging our mental health, and it's counterproductive. Most people in most jobs who are working more than 30 hours a week are not actually achieving more than they would in 30 hours. So my vision of a liberal Britain is one that puts people first, one which strikes a new, fair balance between work, rest and leisure. A 30-hour week as a standard, 5 days of 6 hours, for example, or 4 days, 7.5. And what would this look like? We'd need an increase in the minimum hourly wage because we expect people to work fewer hours. We need improved access to public transport to cut the time and stress of commuting. We need better access to flexible working, whether that's working from home, whether that's remote working, flexible hours, and perhaps it's even no longer assuming that the shops will be open 9 to 5. And some of this will obviously introduce costs, but it will also provide benefits. People will have more time and more energy to spend time with their friends and family, more time for civic society, whether it's the Neighbourhood Watch or the Liberal Democrats, more time to understand and appreciate the world around us, better mental health, better transport, better leisure, better fitness. As liberals, when our society has taken a path which is counterproductive, we shouldn't be afraid to make the case for a better way. And this is my vision of a liberal Britain for the future.